Camera does not want to straighten out. There we go. All right, cool. There we are. Sorry, a little late. Things happened on the road today. Getting back from getting our freshly baked croissants for our breakfast pinwheels this morning. And I cannot wait to make these. I've been messing with them all week, but I think that these are going to be pretty darn good. Give everybody a couple of minutes. Sorry, like I said, once again late. It's again a little bit late. I'm trying to get connected here to the chat real quick. There we go. We got a few people in. Hey, if you guys can hear me okay, see me okay, please hit the like button so I know everything's cool, so everybody can see me. It's just taking a couple seconds to get ready here. Yeah, I was stuck behind a tractor. For those of you folks that don't know, I live on a very, very rural in a very, very rural area. And as I went to go get my order this morning for the croissants that we're going to be using, I got stuck behind a tractor that had no idea how long that they were for about 8 miles. And if you guys have ever been behind a tractor for 8 miles, they go very, very, very slow. Very slow. Hey, Greg Hart, good morning. How are you, GH? But anyway, so let's get into this. So anyway, I went and got some croissants from the bakery this morning. They were actually still warm when I picked them up. I can't believe how nice these are. You guys can get a look at those things. These are beautiful, absolutely beautiful croissants. They smell amazing. I went into the bakery this morning, and it's so hard to find a bakery that is open on a Sunday, but this one's open on a Sunday. And they make fantastic stuff. It's called, if you get a chance, if you're in the Wapak, Ohio area, it is called the Rolling Pin. It's downtown on Auglaize Street. The Rolling Pin, they make everything by hand. And they are their staff is super, super friendly. Just the nicest people ever. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make what I like to call a breakfast roll up. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and we're going to cut these in half. We're going to roll those out. We're going to put some bacon in there. And then we're going to put some cheese, and then we're going to roll those up. And then we're going to bake them in eggs. Hi, Sarah. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good working today. We'll be popping in and out. Good. You know, this is going to be one of those breakfasts that's there's some prep to it, Greg. So there's a little bit of prep, and there's some time in it. So it's not going to be this isn't definitely not going to be one of my stir fry videos, but we'll be here for a while, so pop in and out, my friend. I am doing well. I'm running this morning real quick. I've just had to run, and then I got stuck in behind a tractor this morning. Hi, Mike. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. But yeah, and they had my order. I had my times planned out pretty good up until I got stuck behind that tractor. And it was one of those pieces of equipment, and it was a seeder, which was literally putting seed in the ground. So it can't, it takes up both lanes. And I was just in that spot. But what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna move the croissants. I just wanted to show those off and give Rolling Pin a shout out. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some parchment paper out, and we're going to start our bacon and throw that into the oven. We're going to want it in the oven because it needs to be there, because it needs to be really flexible. So we want the bacon to be really flexible so that it can be rolled up. Let me just move that out of the way. Reach under here, grab a cookie sheet and some parchment paper. and we'll get that bacon onto there. Yeah, usually I take about a half hour to prep everything, get everything in the prep area started, but that took up my prep time, so you guys get to be here while I prep as well. And anybody looking for the Biegs is still sleeping. So we got that. Let's put that here. There we go. All right. So we're gonna heat the oven to. We'll get it rocking at 3. I'm gonna take it up real high to 450 to get it preheated, because then that oven will work harder. There we go. Okay. Where we at? Alpha Wolf, how are you? Good to see you this morning. But yeah, like I said, we'll get some prep going. We got our bacon in there. Then we can start working on rolling. And the process with the croissants is what we're going to do is we're going to split those, and then we're going to roll them out and make those flat, and that will be the pinwheel. And I thought about maybe you could probably use like a tortilla wrapper even, or something like that, but for this we're just going to the croissant's gonna make this pretty. This is gonna make this really nice. So let me open my bacon up here. And you don't want to cut the bacon down. You want full strips of bacon, and you want to use thick bacon for this as well. Let's get these out initially. Real thick bacon. See if I can see the chest. Alpha made some candied bacon and biscuits with scrambled eggs, cheese, sausage, and hand squeezed orange juice. Man, you should have been at my house this morning. I could have used that. That sounds fantastic, though. What part of the country are you in, Alpha Wolf? Anywhere? In the United States area? Yeah, we get. And this is going to work a lot better than frying the bacon. It's going to make it a little more even. Actually, the temperature that I'm going to do it at is right around 290, 300 is where I really want this bacon to be. There we go. And let's see if I can fit one more piece of this up there. I should call this video the cardiac special. Because once again, my videos are 4 out of 5 cardiologists recommend that you absolutely make nothing that I make this morning. Indiana, okay. Well, I'm right next door in Ohio. So, team and toss. No, this is pork-free bacon. There's no pork in this. Is there such a thing as non-pork bacon? I don't know. I'm not sure if there is or there isn't. There we go. Okay, so we put that bacon in a bag. And yeah, I definitely eat bacon. I definitely eat animals. So if you're not into eating animals, this is not the spot for you. We are animal eaters in this house. And vegetable. So let me see here. Yeah, just let me throw the rest of this bacon. I'm going to put this bacon back in the refrigerator. I have the windows open, so it's pretty warm in here this morning. But it's a beautiful day here. It rained this morning. I did not have to go out and water the garden for sure. Let's see, Ishan. Good morning, Ishan. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so the bacon's out of the way. All right, we'll get that in there. Just wash my hands just a little bit after handling the fork. Sean, where are you in from this morning? You got people all over the place. Yeah. At least you have a sense of humor, Toss. T-Man Toss, is that right? Tom's Food Factory, what's up, buddy? How are you? Good to see you. Let's see, we're getting this. Now, Tom, you're from my state, so you can definitely identify with this. I was on my way back from the bakery and I got stuck behind a tractor. And you know how it is being stuck behind tractors, I'm sure, if you're from this state. It's put me about 25 minutes behind. Let's go ahead and get some, let's get some pepper on that. A little bit of white pepper here this morning. Let's put white pepper on this. I've been on a white pepper kick for a while. There we go, white pepper. There we go, a little pepper on that bacon, and we're gonna stick this into the oven. And we're gonna take out the piece of cast iron, the obligatory piece of cast iron that's always in the oven that everybody forgets to take out. Had that happen many times here. I'm getting straight. Yeah, it's just that it's that time of the year where lots of stuff in our state is moving. It's just the way of it. Because normally I have about a half hour of prep time for this on Sunday mornings. But today, my prep time was spent behind that tractor, which is alright. Those guys have a job to do. They feed everybody, so it's cool. But anyway, these croissants are so pretty. I'm almost to the point of I feel bad about tearing them in half. I think I might just save one. We'll turn the temperature on the oven down to 325. That'll kick everything up. Let me see. And then we'll start cutting up the croissants and rolling them out. Okay, there we go. Nice. Let me sharpen my slicer knife here real quick. So I want these good and sharp. These croissants are really, really flaky. Really flaky. Sharp knives. Gotta have your knives sharp. Okay. So let me glove back up. There we go. There we go. But these are absolutely gorgeous. And you want to make sure that you do the rolled style and not the oyster style, because the oyster style does not work very well at all. And these are so flaky. But I want to get a sort of an even cut to these. How flaky those are. I'm going to have one of these on their own. I'm going to have to. Slice that through there. There we go. There we go. Look how nice those are. Okay. So we got one. I'm not sure how many of these I want to make. I think I'll make 6. 6 altogether. And then that'll leave me 3 croissants to make a sandwich with later on today. There we go. And for those of you that say use a bread knife will absolutely destroy these things. It has to be a really, yeah, you want to have big ones, because You want to have a big croissant. The ones like you get from, the reason that I get them from the bakery is, number one, that bakery is phenomenal. And everything they make there is great. But you want to have a really big croissant because what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll these out. So we're gonna have a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant rolled up. That one's not wanting to stay together very well. Try a different one. Try one that's a little more. Let's try this one. There we go. These are so light and so delicate. There we go. It's got that one little crusty edge on it that's keeping it together. Take that part off. There we go. Alright, cool. So we'll just set these back into the box for just a second. And clean that off. I should have got a little bowl out so I could give these crumbs to the birds. There we go. But you folks that are out there, I know there's lots of people watching that aren't signed in the chat. If you are watching, please hit the like button. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. We'll make a lot of yummy stuff. And generally, I do it on time. But tractors are tractors. Life is life. And this is cast iron in real life. So things like this are going to happen. Okay. Let me just move this off to the side. Got down there into the trash. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to break out Grandma's rolling pin, and we're just going to roll these out one at a time. Like I said, there is some prep to this. This is one of those things that this is not something you want to make on a Monday morning when you're running late to work. But these should flatten out. As crusty, as light in areas they are, they should roll out really well. I'm hoping. There we go. See how flat that got? Just want to, you don't, when you're working with fresh, as these are, there we go. There we go. There's one. Take this one and do this way. Sorry if I'm missing anything in the chat. I know a lot of folks come to talk. Let's see. Those are huge. Yeah, said hi. Hello. Person from Thailand that I can't understand your I can't understand I don't know what your handle says. I have no idea. But I'm glad you're here. Thanks for showing up. Move this bowl off just a little bit more. Can you guys see that okay? Maybe I should move. Let me move this over just a little bit. You guys right there. There we go. That's a little more in the picture. And I'll get a plate to put these on in the back. These are really, really delicate to work with. There, that'll give me a little more room. Move this off to the side for just a second. There we go. Now we're in there a little better. There we go. And we'll set that one off to the side. My scissors back. There we go. Okay. Move this over there. This one here over to there. That one might not be long enough. That's the thing. They gotta be pretty long to work with, because you gotta have room to roll them up, because they are a pinwheel. Okay. Check my bacon real quick. Bacon's sizzling. I'll go 350 on that. We'll go 350. Because you want to be able to get a couple pieces of cheese, a couple slices of cheese in there. And normally I would use like a cheddar cheese, but since we had graduation this past week and we have a gajillion different slices of cheese left, we're going to be using those. Let's see, let's get this one. That's a good size one. These are, man, it is taking everything I got not to just jump right in and start smashing one of these croissants. But I'm going to, because they smell so good. There we go. And I'm sure if the folks at the rolling pin who make such beautiful pastries saw what maliciousness I was doing to those beautiful croissants, they would probably put me on the list of people not to sell to anymore. There we go. There's the beagle. And I want to give a minute to shout out to Phoenix25, who was kind enough to email me this week and let me know that my dog is not a beagle, which I find funny because we all know she's not a beagle, but we just call her the Beagle. This is kind of her little name that she's picked up. And like I said, in our house, they're all beagles. It doesn't matter if they're a German Shepherd or a Pit Bull or a Labrador or Labradoodle. They're all beagles. I don't even think anybody knows the dog's real name. What the dog actually says on the dogs, like if I take her to the vet. Because it's funny when we go to the vet and then they call her by her name, she has no idea who they're talking to. Let's see, there we go. Yeah, that's nice and flat. There we go. Another one. Put these out here. Esther Marlowe said hello. Well, hello Esther, how are you this morning? Good to see you. I'm making breakfast pinwheels. If it doesn't say in the description, I didn't have time to put a thumbnail on there because I was running late this morning. But that's what we got going on. That's what's going on here in my little kitchen. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. Move this stuff off to the side. Here, Biggs, you want some croissant crumbs? There you go. Have at it, kid. So just take that and roll these out with this last one. I think, what does that give me? That should give me 6 all together. Well, I think I'm going to end up waiting on the bacon a little bit. And I also have an unboxing this morning, so I didn't forget about that. But I'm going to do the unboxing of the new piece that one of our subscribers sent in to me this past week. Mr. Greg Hart was nice enough to send me something this week, and it's kind of ironic because it was something that I was really wanting to get. Really wanting to get. Okay, so there we go. Get the last of those. So we've got these 6 smashed out pieces ready to go. Set the rest of the croissants back onto the table, and because I'm sure somebody's going to nab those. Somebody's going to nab it before I get it. I guarantee you that. So we've got 6 of these that have been rolled out. And I'm going to off my little workspace here. Keep this clean. There we go. All right. Little beard cam for right in front of there. All right. So for the next thing, so we've got those done. So we've got 6 of those wheels done. And we're going to need some eggs. Need some eggs real quick. Six eggs for this. And this is the tricky part when making this. You have to make sure that you have a temperature high enough to make the eggs not rubbery, but it has to get cooked all the way through. So that's kind of tricky. So now we'll get our eggs made. Eggs beat up. Move my board. I don't want to get egg on my board. Let's see. There we go. I'll be able to read the comment section why I beat these eggs up. There we go. Rosa, morning. How are you? Good to see you. If everybody is popping in, if you guys could hit the like button for me, I'd really, really appreciate that. That would be so cool to do. Let me just grab some milk out. That normally is kind of chilling right here in the front, but it's not this morning. So just a little bit of milk into here. There we go. We don't want to add too much milk or we're going to make everything rubbery. And just beat these up. See that okay? Everybody in picture? A little bit of salt and pepper. There we go. Cheryl Bansfield, hello, good morning. How are you? Where are you chiming in from this morning? You don't have to give the city or your street address, but the state would be nice. We're just trying to see, I'm trying to see where everybody's in from. We got a lot of new faces here this morning. I want to make sure these are really good and taken care of. Really good mixed together. All right. I'm super excited to see what's in the box for the unboxing here in just a little bit. And I want to get some butter melting as well, because we're going to want to butter that pan. Now today, for the pan, I'm using a number 6 unmarked Wagner cast iron pan. This is made from probably 57 and 1969. It's a beauty. This is what I do all my baking in. A lot of you guys have seen this 100 times because this is exclusively what all my baking goes in. You can use a number 6. For those that don't know, you can use a number 6 cast iron pan instead of a cake or pie pan. They're the exact same size. I keep getting cracker or breadcrumbs into it, and it's driving me nuts. But these are the exact same size as a baking pan or a cake pan, any of those kind of pans, and you can substitute with that. And I love the way stuff comes out in my cast iron way better than I do the aluminum ones. But you can do this in aluminum. You can do this in aluminum or stainless steel pan. 9-inch pan is recommended. But yeah, and I love those. So let's get some butter together, because we're going to grease that up. I'm checking in, have to make pulled pork. Okay. And yeah, the bacon's coming along. Bacon's going to need just about 10 more minutes. Keep stirring these up. Let me get some butter into that melting pot. There we go. So break out the butter dish and pop that into there. There we go. I don't know, about a third of a stick of butter is all we're going to need. That's actually going to be more than plenty. Just empty this off so I can wash that. Throw that in the sink and wash it here in a little bit. And then that'll be for baking over the top and for greasing the pan and whatnot. Oh, there's the Biggs. She's up. She's up. Did you sleep? Man, you slept in today, huh? That little dog slept in. Let's get some Beagle Cam going here. Let's see here. Biggs, say hi. Oh shoot! Hit the camera. Oh, say hi. No, you can't see her. Oh, there she is. Yeah, she's not wanting to be in the shot. No, there she goes. Now she's gonna go on squirrel patrol. No, there she is. She's on squirrel patrol now. There we go. All right, back to the action. There we go. Put that up. James Cook. I got to figure out how to do that thing. James Cook, I got to do that thing where I figure out how to do things in English. Because I'm sure what you said was great, but I have no idea what you just said, because it looks like it's in French. I do not speak French. I can't even order a beer in French, to be honest with you. Good morning from the Ozark Mountains in Missouri. Jamie Ledgerwood, good morning. How are you? Just your whoever, what is it? All one. Hold on, let me go back to that. All one Duke 3. No, just that's your dad that does that. Yeah, that's just your dad. Yeah, and his friends. Let's see, Kumar, hi. This is Pig, yes. Well, this is Egg right here. Bon appetit. You, James Cook, you would think as much Julia Child I watched that I would know French a little bit better, but I don't. Let me see here. Yeah, James. So if you know if you could type any English at all, that would be great. Ask your dad what I'm making. He knows. Let me see here. Get that butter off to the side so we can start melting. Let me see. This is Pig. No, this is okay. So yeah, okay. So I'm all caught up on the comments. Jamie Ledgerwood, very glad you're here this morning. Thank you so much. For those of you who can, please hit the like button. If you haven't, if you like what you see and you haven't subscribed already, please do. We're trying to hit a certain amount of subscribers on this channel. Trying to get to a certain benchmark of 500, and then I will shut up about subscribers. Let's see. Yeah, so we got that off to the side. Now, so basically now we're just kind of waiting on the bacon to get done, which has about 5 minutes. And actually, a couple of the pieces look like they could be done. And the only bad thing about doing these, and this is rough to do, is you have to use the bacon while it's warm. And that's kind of a, it can be kind of an issue. So we'll put those back over here. And you definitely do not want to overcook the bacon. You definitely don't want to be. Beagle. Okay. No, don't make me put you in. Don't make me pin you up. It's just the neighbors. Yeah. She's on patrol. This is what I deal with. This is what I deal with. All morning long, anytime anybody comes into the neighborhood, she thinks she has to say hi to everybody and either run them off or get petted by them. She's never sure. She's never sure which one she wants to do, whether she wants to get petted by each one or if she wants to attack them. So it makes it kind of hard to open the door too to let her say hi to people. And I know that I'm gonna get some booze from the comment section because I'm using the slicer cheese today. Normally we would use something pretty good, but we have a ton of this left over from the graduation this week, so we're going to use that up. So we're going to need a few pieces of cheese, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that down on here onto each one. Let's see, there we go. We'll put these onto the platter. I think I'm going to put these onto break the platter out is what I'm going to do. Let's see. That way you can see it just a little bit better. Have these lined up. Can you guys see that okay? There we go. Girl Dad cooking up deliciousness. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. Girl Dad deliciousness. That's a good handle. I like that. That's a good one. Let's see. Throw that piece off to the side. And then we got this, and we're gonna do this while we're waiting on that bacon to get done. Throw those onto there. So you want to have 2 of everything in the morning. You're gonna kind of Noah's Ark this thing. We're gonna 2 of this. And personally, I like using this style of cheese for these. You want to use something that's gonna melt fairly easy, like a cheddar. This melts really easy, so for the naysayers that don't like the sliced cheese, this does work really well. When I was trying this out earlier in the week, I really liked how it came out. And even we have one of the kids that doesn't like processed cheese, but she really liked it in this. So I think when I do this in the future, I'm going to do it with this cheese no matter what. So we've got those. We get another one here. You're not getting anything, Beegs. You're not getting anything yet. I got more stuff I gotta use this for the recipe. Little beagle. Okay, so like I said, I have tons of this to use up. And this one is, and I've got a little bit of both, because some people, for their cheeseburgers at the party, they requested Velveeta, and some people wanted Kraft. So I have a little bit of both. I think this is the Velveeta. But these, I mean, it makes for a good melt in the center. Okay, so we got that. I'm actually going to open another package out of here, because I thought I had enough. Oh wait, I do. I do have enough. It's already open. Let's see, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's see. And we'll do, that one's kind of small. I don't know how well that one's going to work, but. Let's see. Fasting food was like chewing gum yesterday. Food is horrid tasting. I don't mind it. I like it, but I know some people, like I said, I know sometimes when people see it, it's like, and you can use, if you try and make this yourself, you can You can use any cheese you want, as long as it has a good melt. It has to have a good melt point, or it just isn't. It doesn't work out right. It turns real clumpy, and it turns real like oily, and you don't. That's something that will kind of throw this off its game a little bit. Okay, so there we go. And this is Midwest bacon, egg, and cheese. So, you know, bacon, egg, and cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese. Okay. So I think our bacon's good enough to go. Bacon is good enough to roll. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to butter up this. I'm going to set this off to the side just for a second. And we're going to bring our number 6 cast iron pan here, the old unmarked Wagner that I use for everything bake-wise. We've got our melted butter. And for some reason my brush, there's my brush. There it is. I was going to say, I thought it wasn't hanging up, but it was. So we'll just use a brush and we'll brush this on here. Got all nice and greased up. Let's see here. Let's go to the thing. Yeah. Candarilla Martin Charcon. I do not speak Spanish. I have no idea what you just said, but I appreciate you. I have no idea what you said, but I'll take it as a compliment. Scotty's Backyard Barbecue. What's up, Scotty? How are you, buddy? Good to see you this morning. Good to see you. Alright. And we got to get it real buttered up. Don't be afraid of the butter. It's good for you. Cardiologists love butter. That's why I love butter. Let's see. Okay. So we've got that nice and got that all good and greased. Put that right there. We're going to bring this back over to here. And I'm going to transfer some of these eggs into a 2-cup measuring cup. And then that way, like I said, and I had 6 eggs. There was 6 of these little eggs here, little brown eggs. And eggs were really cheap this time coming out. They aren't cheap, but they were coming down. And 6 eggs makes 1.5 cups exactly. How fun's that? Okay, so I'll grab a trivet. Okay, I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of my way. So I'm starting to butter it up here into this little camera zone. Plus I need to get a drink. So we'll set this. Now a lot of times people will tell you to preheat your cast iron up. That is a great idea to do, especially if you're doing cornbread. And I generally do that. But for this, I don't want those to be, I don't want to pour into the eggs and have the eggs start cooking as soon as they get into the pan. That's not recommended. So let me see here. All right. So bring this back to here. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the bacon out right now. Now the bacon, like I said, it does not need to be, it can't be crispy. If it's crispy, it's not going to work. So you do not want crispy bacon for this. And I'll show you the bacon as soon as I bring it out here. Let's see if we can know what we're doing. Let's see. Oh yeah, bacon. Give me 1 second. Once we throw this into the oven, we're going to and the bacon's done. Now, like I said, the bacon's going to look just a little bit on the chewier side, but overall, we want it to be just a little underdone. Back to school too slow. Julia Ambrose, go back to school too slow. Oh, I'm sure you're a genius, Juliet Andrews. You're sitting here watching my show. Okay, so let me see here. Let me grab a piece of this. I'm going to just take a paper towel over this real quick and take the top layer of that grease off. Let's see, there we go. Juliet Andrews. Let me see. Let me check comments. Let me see if there's anybody else with anything halfway nice to say. No, retracted. Juliet Andrews, go back to school. You're too slow. Well, you were named after a Shakespearean character. I'm sure your parents expected more out of you. Let me see. There we go. Or Shakespearean character, I should say. Okay. So we've got our grease kind of sopped up. We don't want this over greasy. There we go. There we go. Got 2 of those. We're going to put 2 in each one. And then go the same direction. And then we're going to roll these up. Roll these, roll these, roll these. There we go. Fold those in, you can see. Got your nice little piece there. Set that off to the side there a little bit. Just don't want them melted together. Can you guys see that okay? That looks pretty good. That looks not too bad. So then we're going to take our knife and we're going to just chop off the end of that. I think. I just want it to be able to fit down into the pan. There we go. Let's see. Put that back up. Cut that in half. There we go. Put that in there. This in there. Grab a couple more pieces of bacon and set those into here. There we go. And these pieces are good for snacking on while we're doing this. Set that this direction. There we go. Cut that in half. Put that, see, there you go. Got your pinwheel. Put that down into there. Break that piece off. Then eat it. Save that for Beagle snacks. Okay. This little one, I think I'm going to do this little one next, because this one's bugging me. We'll just use 1 piece of bacon for that. That one's a little crispy. We'll break that in half. It's almost like a bacon cheese sandwich, these little scrap pieces. There we go. There we go. And cut that into there. And that into there. Okay, got a couple more. Oh, there we go, 2 more. 3 more. Not bad. Break that piece. That's a long piece. These are in the shorter ones. We'll just break these off and put them in there. Let's see, Jamie. The little one's mine. Yeah, you can have it. You can have that one. No problem. I'll just kind of that together and roll these in. Cut that in half. There we go. that together. Yeah, they come. They're looking pretty nice though. I think. Can you guys see them? Okay. There we go. There's that one. There we go. Sorry, getting a camera shot here. But yeah, these are coming out real nice. Those are coming out really, really nice. But I'm also just excited to eat one of those croissants that look so good sitting over there. They've been sitting there eyeballing me and I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm definitely going to have to do. I think during the unboxing, we're going to have, let's see, let's do this, put that one little piece on there, on this little one. Okay. Do that there. There we go. And I wish I had a more exciting piece to use, like say as far as my cast iron goes, for what I bake with. But that little pan is what I bake with, and I just have such good luck with it that I just don't want to. I don't want to tempt fate and use anything else. There we go. And one of the things I was going to point out, and I'm glad I thought of it just toward the end here. When you put your bacon on there, definitely want to try and have sort of like a space in between these, because when you cut it, that way you're not getting into the bacon itself. You're just getting into. You got to give yourself a little path where you're not hacking everything up, because this, believe it or not, it's fairly. When you're doing this, it's fairly delicate work. It doesn't look like it, but it's really, these croissants, butter croissants are really delicate, and the bacon is really, bacon's bacon, so it's got a little bit of, it's got some, you got to work with it a little bit, so you want to have that little spot in the middle to just sort of chop right through, and it makes it a little easier, and then you just kind of, but they're really easy to put, if you don't want to trim the back of it down, like I did on that first one, which now I don't want to do it, you can just kind of press them in there. Let's see here, sorry. Getting in front of everything. But I want it to have sort of a cinnamon roll look, if anything. Okay, there's the last one. We'll take and put that over here like this. There we go. And piece of bacon. Save a piece for the beagle. Give that off onto her. You can have some. Here, watch out, Beaks. Oh, there you go. Have you a little bit. There you go. Oh, I'm missing all the comments. Sorry, I was in the middle of that. Is there any egg? Yeah, we're getting ready to do the egg right now. Tom, there's egg right here. We're doing 1.5 cups of egg on top of that. And I'm getting ready to bring this up over here. And you can just move this around, be able to move this around into the middle some. There we go. Can you guys see that okay? You guys see those okay? Yeah. Okay, and then we'll take just egg, salt, pepper with a little splash of milk in it. And you just want to drizzle that over top. Make sure that you got to get, it's hard to get everything coated, but that kind of goes to the aesthetic, but you want to get as much into them as you can, because you don't want the stuff off the side is going to be kind of rubbery. I've tried this a few different ways and they always end up rubbery on the side. So get a better, I'll go lefty on there so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. That's looking good. That one didn't want a pinwheel. didn't want to split, or didn't want to tighten up. Oh well. Country breakfast, man. This is country breakfast right here. That one's kind of tighter. This one kind of tighter. The pepper shaker anywhere? The big one? I think it's in it. Will you grab it? It's in the Lazy Susan. Let's see. And then we'll take a little bit of crushed red pepper, throw onto the top of that. A little crushed red pepper. And some good salt. And some dehydrated chives out of there. That would be really good. And we'll throw some chives onto the top of this. There we go. There we go. Thank you very much. And this is ready to go. If you guys get a good look at this, I don't want to tilt it because I've got the egg in there. But we're going to go 350 for about 25 minutes. Just want to make sure the egg in the center is done. And then after that, it's breakfast time. So let me throw that into the oven and not get the dog's tail into the oven. Okay, so there's that. Eat this little piece of bacon. I'll clear off my section. I'll clear this off, and then we'll go do it. We'll get our unboxing done. Are those croissants good? They looked amazing. That place smelled really good. Ming's giving the thumbs up in the day in court. Here you go, baby. You want a piece of bacon? There you go. All right, let me move this off to the side. Get my big beard in the way. Move some of this stuff, and I'm going to give this a wipe right quick. And then we'll do our unboxing, which I'm really excited about because when this was sent to me by one of our subscribers, I did not when he sent it to me, I was like, man, I just looked at one of these at Jungle Gyms in Cincinnati, and I really, really want one. There we go. Fuzz Fork, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Let's get a rag and wipe this down. Wipe this little spot. Beard cam again. Sorry, guys. That wiped off. And this is going to be like an official unboxing because I haven't even opened the box yet. I didn't do anything with this box other than black out my name, and that was it. All right. Okay. So we got that. Just give me 10 seconds to grab that package, and I will be right back. And here we go. Awesome. There's the package. Oh, I gotta set the timer. Give that about 20. I go about 25 minutes on it. I'd say it's already been in there for a couple, so we'll go set the timer for 20 minutes, and then we'll check on it, make sure the eggs are done. That's the big key. That's the big thing, is getting the eggs done. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we can see it okay. Greg, what's up? Just in time. Just in time for the unboxing. And we give a special shout out to Greg Hart. Thank you so much for sending me this. I really, really appreciate it. It's not, it's always fun to get cast iron mail. Everybody loves cast iron mail, so. Always have a pocket knife with you. Charleston. We can't send you stuff if you black out your address. You know, I'll do that. And the thing of it is I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna put my bank account on here too. That way you guys can send stuff directly to me. Like put it right in my account for me. And don't worry, I'll leave passwords. I'll make sure you got the passwords too. Okay, so Smithy, we all see this pretty well. My little spot here that I do this stuff in. Let me see here. What's in the immortal words of Detective Mills, what's in the box? Let's see, so we got that. And let's see. Got a nice little card from them. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then we'll get the main box out here. This is what everybody came to see, not the cardboard. And like I said, I looked at one of these not too long ago, and I really, really fell in love with it. And once you actually see what it is, and I have an affinity for collecting these pieces as well. You know what I mean? Oh, look at that. How pretty is that? The number 10 flat top griddle. How fun is that? Gives a little thing about caring for it and all that, which that's an entirely different video. But that is just beautiful, especially I like doing I love the cast iron cure, and the cast iron cure turns everything golden brown. Let's see. And we got the card, another card. That's pretty rad. And comes with a handle protector, handle mitt, another leather one to add to my collection. Very, very cool. I'm gonna pop that out. And it's got that nice gold finish. Absolutely beautiful. Nice swirls on there. Pretty quail on the back. I don't know. I'm not from South Carolina. Is quail a big thing in South Carolina? We have quail here, but it's not like we have the cardinal and the pheasant. That's what we have here. Probably both brought in overseas. They're probably both evasive animals, but either way, that's generally what we have here. But that's absolutely beautiful and a great size. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get that going. And it's got a nice weight. It's got a nice weight. I wish I had my scale handy with me. It's got some girth to it, which is pretty cool. But it's not so heavy that you can't just flip it around and do what you got to do with it. That's super beautiful. Just a gorgeous piece. And I don't have a whole heck of a lot of moderns, so this is a very welcome addition into my collection. And will be with me the rest of my life. And Ming's standing behind me, looking at it going, man, I can't wait to get that in the will. So, yeah. Greg Hart, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Ohio also has a turkey vulture. Yeah, we got this. I think the turkey vulture should honestly be the state bird, because that and the pigeon. What are they? What are they? Mourning doves. Mourning doves. Pigeons and mourning doves. They should be our state bird. It's a California quail. Okay. Very cool. And California being my home state, I dig that too. All right. Very, very nice. Let's check out what the card had to say. Because Greg, they think you have your own YouTube channel, my friend. I think that they do. Because it was, what happened to that card? It was just here. What happened to that? Did you move? Oh, you moved it? Okay. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's my address. Let's see. So, almost fuzz. You almost got my address. Almost. So, congratulations on the success of your YouTube channel, Greg. That's awesome. Continue success with that, my friend. And if you have a YouTube channel, I will subscribe. But that's pretty cool, man. I really appreciate it. I'm just having a little fun right there with that, real quick. No, I'm just a guy who likes cast iron. That's fun. Enjoy. Congratulations on your channel. Leather handle is fantastic with it. Yeah, I can't wait to break it in. I love the leather handles. I have a few of them. I have my favorites, and I think this is going to turn into one of my new favorites, for sure. But yeah, this is a nice piece. I mean, it's put together really, really well. It's got a nice presentation. I mean, it really has it. It has a great presentation. I can say that for sure. Smithy, you guys down there in South Carolina know what you're doing. That's for sure. And I cannot wait to, let me see what it says on that handle here as well. Let's see. It just gives a rundown on creating a great, a modern, artful and enduring cookware piece and experience. That's pretty rad. It's one of those pieces that's so pretty, you're like, it's so pretty, I can't wait to put stains on it. I can't wait to have my first stain on this thing. And get turn the back black. It's that pretty. Greg Hart, thank you so much again. I'm gonna put that back into the box with all of its stuff because I save a lot of my boxes. I learned that from Artie Bliss. Artie Bliss saves every piece of paper that ever comes with his cast iron, and it pays off. Yeah, you wear gloves for a reason. I do too. Mr. Dawson, that's funny. But yeah, I can't wait to get into this. But yeah, Artie he taught me to always keep all your stuff in case, even if it's not for you to keep it, for someone else later on down the line, if they decide it adds to the value of keeping everything together, adds to the value of your piece. So yeah, that's a beauty, man. I really like that. I love the box. I love all of it. I want to say that it's just going to sit here in the box and be pretty forever, but I got a feeling that after today's live stream was definitely going to be getting washed, getting around to seasoning put on it, and we're going to go from there. Can't wait to stain it. I know, man. I can't wait to stain it. I can't wait to get some marks on. I'm pretty big on not utensil marking my stuff, but I can't wait for it to get the outline of a piece of bacon into it or a hamburger in there. Yeah, Diana Burkham. Sorry, Diane. I've lost my glasses. I lost my glasses last Saturday, and so I can see really good right in front of me, but on the monitor on the wall, I cannot see when anybody is, hardly anybody's saying. I gotta lean into it. Any round griddle is a treasure. I love my Wagner number 9 from 1915. Yeah, and those are fantastic pieces too. Pig's head or sometime. Let's see. But yeah, Fuzz. I mean, those are nice pieces. Super light, gorgeous. And I have a thing for griddles. I've been collecting griddles. I don't know how many griddles I actually have anymore. I probably have 20 some griddles laying around here. Long form, round griddles, square griddles. I've got breakfast skillet. I mean, all of it. I've got all those things. And absolutely love griddles. And I was really happy to get this piece. Thank you once again to Greg. Appreciate you, man. All right, let's set this off to the side. A thing for them. Pig head or sometime a thing for them. Let me see here. All right, so we got that out of the way. All right, back at it. There we go. So we'll get pan out of the way. This thing out of the way. And this is why I wear gloves. For the glove naysayers out there. That's why I wear them. The last thing I want to do is sit around and have greasy hands all day long and wash my hands 3 or 4 times for the next half an hour trying to get all the grease off of them at my end of the show. kind of the same way when I work on my car. I wear gloves when I work on my car too. Work on the wood. Work on the wood projects and work on restoring the cast iron. Always wear gloves. Habit. Might be because when I was a kid, my dad hardly ever let me wear. He had a thing about not wearing gloves for me to toughen your hands up. But oddly enough, rest his soul, he always wore gloves. Kind of a strange thing. So I think as an adult, I just always wear gloves because I can. There we go. So we got our space clean. We've got about 7 minutes to check out how these are doing. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to actually look at them right here because I think that having that thing heated, we might be a little ahead of schedule, which is nice. Now, Trivet to put those bad boys on. Ronald Coward, good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Appreciate you so much. Pighead or sometime? Pighead or sometime. I don't know. I must have missed something in the comment section. Anyway, a thing for them. Yeah, I really like collecting them, Diane. That's one of the things I don't know why. I just really like collecting those pieces. Let me break this thing out. We might be in good shape with these. I think we are. Well, the center may need just a little bit. Center needs just a little bit more time. If you can see down in there, it's still just a little bit. There we go. But yeah, those are looking pretty sweet. But I guess I have a chance finally. I can sit and read sort of some of the comments. We have a lot of people in here today. A lot of people have passed through. I'm a sucker for vintage chicken fryers. Yeah, see, everybody has their things that they like to collect with those things. For whatever reason, the odd shaped ones like the square skillets, the breakfast skillets, and the griddles of any kinds. I even have a couple of the Wagner greaseless fryers. I'll show you guys those. I'll show you guys one of those while we're waiting real quick. For those of you who've never seen one. And I have to get this one cleaned up because it has just a little bit of grease on it. And this is one I've had kind of a tougher time to date because if you look at the back of it, it says Sydney O. So it says Sydney O on it and all that stuff, fat-free fryer. But it has this thumb handle on it, which I really like the thumb handles. But when I look these up in the different books, they're all together, all the different handles, and they're all different ages. But it says Sydney O, and the ones after a certain point, like 57, they didn't say Sydney O on them anymore. So I'm thinking that it's probably sometime in the 50s, late 40s. But then there are older ones that are dated other ones. If you look up in the blue book, this is the one thing in the blue book that is so inconclusive. It gives all three different styles of it, but it lumps them all together and it puts the dates in one spot, like one on top of here's one date, here's one date, here's one date, and they're all together. But then these are all kind of weird how they have them laid out. And if anybody has the blue book, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, can we get a pan out on that just a little bit so you can see it? But the greaseless fryer, and then on the inside, it has the raised griddle part of it, and then it has this nice deep channel for all your grease to drain off of. And I've got to get this one's really not in bad shape. It just needs really scrubbed up. That's all it needs. And I've had it sitting up there for about a year. And I haven't used it yet, but I really think it's cool. And I love these thumb handles. I think the Wagner has some of the, people can go on and on about a lot of the vintage cast iron, what's the best. I think as far as the handles go, I think handles, without question, Wagner killed it with their handles. They have this one. They have the 1402, 1403s. The combo skillet handles, which are fantastic. I really like these, the thumb handle ones. And I like the ones on the regular, the sort of the teardrop style ones that they did before they changed them and made them flat. But I always like their handles. I think their handles are the best all the way around. You can get a good shot of that up there. There we go. All right, I'm gonna set that back up there. So we're gonna pull that. We're gonna pull this breakfast out. Okay, put that, hang that back on my rack over here. Biggs is out here sniffing about for a little treat. Okay, there we go. So that's centered back up. There we go. Let's see. Oh man, what you making? Ronald, I'm making breakfast pinwheels with croissants, eggs, and bacon, egg, and cheese. And I had to say it like the Midwesterners do, bacon, egg, and cheese. Okay, so there we go. You guys see that okay? Get a good shot. That looks phenomenal. That thing is looking, that's looking so good. That's looking so good. I can't wait to get into this. Get my drink over here. Yeah, hopefully you guys can see that okay. Let me get you right over here. You guys on top of that thing. I'll get you right on top of it. There we go. There we go. Almost. How about that? That is looking phenomenal. That might be my thumbnail right there. Yay, nay? That's the thumbnail? I think it is. I think that's definitely the thumbnail. Let me get something to put this onto as I end all my sentences and prepositions. I'm an English teacher. Jason Hayward, nice. Thank you so much. Hey, thanks for coming in. And since we got everybody here at one time for the reveal, if you guys could hit the like button, if you actually like what's going on here, that would be great. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. We are, I am on a huge subscriber push right now. We'll give that just a second to kind of settle in. And we'll get a spoon here to get this out and try these. Ooh, that is melty cheese. That is, yeah. I want one of these, man, I want one of these corn pieces. Oop, almost lost that one. I want this one. That one's looking really good. There we go. Okay. And this one. There we go. All right. And I'll keep these back into, I'll throw these back into the oven, keep them warm. Yeah, we'll leave them out. We'll let them sit out. That ain't gonna hurt nothing. Let them sit out here for a second. There we go. Then we'll come in here for the reveal. Let me move that around. For you guys in the comment section, you can't see it, can you? There you go. Put that up there. Turn the timer off. Yeah, and that was about 25 minutes altogether. Diane Birkin. Yeah, it's a frying pan. It's a number 6 cast iron skillet frying pan. Yes, ma'am, it is. Wonder what kind of sauce would go good with that. I don't know. Bacon, egg, and cheese, though. That's a staple of the Midwest right there. Try this out. See how that looks. Oh yeah, that is good and cheesy. Give that a try. This is gonna be hot as hell. Wow, that is good. That is, or even a hollandaise sauce. Yeah, that and hollandaise sauce would be good. James, Jay Justice, what's up, buddy? Good morning. How are you? We're going to be putting together the sourdough starter that you sent me. We're going to be doing that today. Can't wait. That's going to be awesome. And thanks you so much for sending me that and the cool detailed directions to get it all together. Man, that is good. That is good. I think I do have some blueberry sauce. I forgot to get maple syrup this morning. My bad. Blueberry syrup. I've had a little blueberry syrup on the side, just to make it really good and healthy. That's what you guys were thinking? Hollandaise sauce, yeah. 10 KO. Hey, what's up, buddy? How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, we've been waiting, Jay, to make that for some time. Put that stuff together because I want pizza crust. Let's try it with some syrup. But wow, that's good. I mean, the bacon in there, the croissant. I don't even know. I can't even describe how good that is. That is so delicious. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. If you guys have never hit the like button for anything in your life, that's like button. That's like button all day. And that's just so cheap. That is so cheesy. That is. Yeah. Let me just get a big old, man, that's a mouthful. I just can't stop. They are that good. They're just that good. I'm telling you what, guys, try that out. You know, you might have to mess with it. I had to mess with it when I was making these earlier in the week and trying it out. You got to kind of mess with your temperatures in your own stove, because where it said, like, say where it says like in the recipes and stuff online, I've never seen anybody do them exactly like that with the croissants rolled out, but I've seen people do them with like burrito wraps and things like that. And, you know, you kind of got to mess with it to get the eggs done in the middle, but this is definitely something that you want to try this, especially if you're having having people over, or you just want to make something that, special breakfast. This is a good one. That's good stuff. Yeah, it's a great combo of flavors. I mean, absolutely great combo of flavors. Yeah, I mean, and they look pretty. If you can see that yourself, I mean, they look really. It's got a nice look. I mean, it's kind of a, it's fun. It's something fun to do for anybody, whether you're having somebody special, having something like a special breakfast, or just you want to switch it up. It's definitely something you definitely want to try. And just the texture of it. The texture is so cool. The texture is just fantastic. You might want to, I think the next time I try it, I think I'm going to throw it under the broiler for about a minute on top to crisp the top of it up. But I'd say for this one, it's definitely in the house. Actually, I'll do that real quick. I put the other one back in the oven. Nah, well, no, I don't think I will. I think it's just the way, I think I like them just the way they are. Because the top is crispy enough. The top's crispy. Scratch that. I'm not putting it under the broiler. And something to drink. Does it get the Beeg's approval? Let's find out. Let's get the Beeg's approval. I'm gonna wipe my hands off, and we'll have Beeg's send us out of here. Give her a little bacony-licious piece. Because I gotta cool it off. That's one reason I didn't give it to her right out of the thing. These are piping hot, by the way. They are piping hot. But we'll see if the Biggs. Thanks, Ronald. That's a good idea. All right, Biggs, get in your spot. Are you ready? Ready for a spin? Give me a spin. There you go. Good job, Beagle. You're the best. You are the best. All right. Yeah, I'll spin back around here. And thanks everybody for showing up here this Sunday morning brunch. Sunday morning, afternoon kind of thing. Starts in the morning, goes to the afternoon, so I guess it's brunch. But I appreciate everybody showing up today. Everybody that hit the like button, I surely appreciate that. We'll be back with you Thursday. I got something special for Thursday that we're wanting to do. Another Midwestern favorite. But I think we're going to put our own little, I'm going to put the old Badger spin on that. And all that. But yeah, thanks everybody for showing up. Jay Justice, Ronald Coward, Greg Hart, thank you so much for showing up. All the new folks, your names have already passed the, pardon me, they've already passed the scrolling here. They've already scrolled by. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody who came in and showed up today. I really appreciate it. Greg Hart, thanks again. I super appreciate that. And I'll see you guys in the comment sections. All right, see you.